Hello friends, welcome to Insight Learners. So in this video we shall discuss the Tech Mahindra, that is the section 3 tech test, and there will be 25 plus 1 questions. So the 25 will be programming questions and the 1 question will be coding, and we shall quickly see the 25 programming questions in this session. So the first question is that in case of an RDBMS, how many primary keys can be defined for each table? So the option is 1 for every column, 1 for every row, only 1, as well as up to 5. So you can say in that RDBMS, that is the Relational Database Management System, there will be only one primary key. It can be for row or a column. So there will be only one primary key for the table. So you can say that is out of 4 options, only one, that is option C is the correct answer for this code, which is nothing but only one. So next thing is the second question is that in order to ensure that a website is featured in the top searches in the Google, which of the following technique is used? So there is only one technique for search engine, one is that is the search engine optimization. So we shall quickly see the option. The first one is search index optimization, search engine optimization, web search optimization, as well as top search optimization. So there is no search index optimization or web search optimization or top search optimization. So you can say there is only one search engine optimization for Google, which is referred as SEO, or you can call it as search engine optimization. So the answer for this question is the option B, which is nothing but the search engine optimization. So search engine optimization is the correct answer for this code. So this is the correct answer. So next one is the third question. The third question is that dash is a piece of information which is specific to the user which is stored by a website on user's machine. So dash is a piece of information and which is specific to the particular user, and it is stored by a website on a user's machine. So pointer, there is no such thing. Pointer is not a correct answer. Then tokens. So tokens are the piece of code, but you can say it is not stored by a website. And URL is also not a correct answer. You can say cookies. So cookie is the correct answer for this code, in which the information which is specific to that user, it is stored by a website user's machine. So you can say the correct answer for this code is, that is cookie. Option C is the correct answer for this question. So similarly, we shall see the fourth question. The fourth question is, which of the following is used to add the interactivity and validate the user input in a web page? So when you come across web page, there are front-end technologies are HTML, CSS, as well as JavaScript. So CSS, it is used to add the styles. Here they have told which is used to add the interactivity and validate the user input. So interactivity means you can say HTML, and validate user input. So HTML as well as JavaScript both are used to add the interactivity and validate the user input in a web page. So here you can either write the option as HTML or JavaScript. So you can write either option B or option D. So we shall write the option B, that is the HTML, or you can write JavaScript. So both are used to provide interactivity as well as the validate user input. So nowadays JavaScript is more preferred. So you better write the JavaScript, that is the option D, as the correct answer for this question. So the next one is the fifth question. So which of the language is used by most of the DBMS, that is the database management system, for accessing data? So DBMS, they use only one language, that is the SQL, or that is the query language. So database management system uses a query language, and there are various types of query language. So option A is high level language. High level language is not the correct answer. Then Pascal language as well as C programming language. So you can say option C, that is the query language. So query language is the correct answer for this code. So that is the option C, which is nothing but the query language, is the correct answer for this code, for this question. So then we shall see the sixth question. So the sixth question is, which SQL command clause is used to filter the number of rows fetched? So here they are telling to filter the number of rows. Shortlist, there is no such command in SQL. Then there are only three, that is select is there, where is there, from. So select clause, it is used to select a particular table or particular row. Here they are told which of these is used to filter. So from is not a clause which is used to filter the number of rows. You can say where. So where is a condition. So with the where clause you can specify the condition from which you can easily filter the number of rows fetched based on the condition. So therefore you can say the answer for this question is option C, that is the where clause. So where clause is used to filter the number of rows fetched. So the next question, that is the seventh question. Which of the following means implementing minimal functionality in the OOPS? That is the object-oriented programming. So which is used for implementing the minimal functionality? So minimal functionality is nothing but you can say abstraction, there is no such feature. Encapsulation, it's the hiding of data. And polymorphism is nothing but many forms. So you can say inheritance, it is used for implementing the minimal functionality. So where it supports the code reusability. So code reusability is done with the inheritance. Therefore you can say implementing minimal functionality in OOPS is done with the inheritance. So you can say the option B is the correct answer for this question, that is inheritance. So the next one is program, the eighth question, that is the program that which is burned into ROM of a device is known as deviceware, firmware, ROMware as well as chipware. So here the question is program that is burned into ROM of a device. So here there is a ROM, and if it is burned into a device you can say it is referred as a ROMware, because you cannot say deviceware, firmware or chipware. So firmware, it is irrelevant of this. Chipware, there is no such thing. Deviceware. So if the ROM is burnt of a device, you can say the correct answer is ROMware. So therefore option C, that is the ROMware, is the correct answer. So the next question, that is the ninth question, which is the browser which is useful to add the functionality to the Chrome browser by the third parties. So here you can say option A is bookmarks, option B favorites, option C plugin as well as option D applets. So there is no, you cannot use applets or plugin. Here they are told which of the browser is useful. You can say Chrome extension is one of the example where the browser is useful to add the functionality to the Chrome by third parties. But here you can say there is no option called Chrome extensions. So you cannot use favorites, and you can say the left option, that is the option A, that is the bookmarks. So option A, that is the bookmarks, it is used to add the functionality to the Chrome browser by third parties. So option is bookmarks. So then similarly 10th question, operating system that is self-contained in a device and which is resident in ROM. So which is resident means which is embedded in the ROM is called as DOS. It is not a DOS, embedded operating system, Unix operating system and online systems. See, online system, it is not this option, it is irrelevant of this question. So then Unix operating system, there is no Unix operating system with respect to ROM. Then DOS, there are two options. One is DOS as well as embedded operating system. Here they are told that the operating system which is self-contained in a device and which is resident. Which is resident means you can say embedded. So when it is resident or you can say embedded, the option B is the correct answer, that is the embedded operating system. So answer for this is the option B, that is the embedded operating system is the correct answer. So embedded operating system. So then the 11th question, in a programming language, multithreading feature is useful for dividing a long program into small sections. So multithreading is nothing but you are going to run the same program. So you are going to run multiple. So multi-threaded, thread is a piece of code which is used to run a program, and multi-threaded, which means you are going to run the multiple programs at the same time. So we shall see the options: dividing a long program into small sections, running different parts of a program at the same time. So running multiple programs at the same time and running same program by multiple users. So multi is nothing but you're going to run multiple programs at the same time. So you can say the option C, that is running multiple programs at the same time, is the correct answer for this code. That is option C is the correct answer. The next question is, which of the following sections of the C programs is not visible to the compiler? So first one is the comments. Second option is functions. See, functions are visible to the compiler, then directives as well as declarations. But you can say the comments, they are not visible to the compiler. So you can say the option A, that is the comments, is the correct answer for this question. The comments are not visible to the compiler. So then we shall see the 13th question. Which of the following is a programming language which is used to add interactivity for the web page? So the same question, that is, which of the earlier they asked the interactivity as well as the validate user input. Here it is programming language which is used to add the interactivity for the web page. You cannot use Java to add interactivity. There are various application servlets that those are used for web applications, for building web applications. So you cannot use Java for providing interactivity for the web page. Then C and Java, these are programming language, you cannot use this. Visual Basic, it is not relevant to this question itself. So you can say option D, that is the JavaScript is the correct answer for this code. That is the option D, JavaScript is used to add the interactivity for the web page. So next one is a terabyte. That is the 14th question is, a terabyte comprises of. So a terabyte, it comprises of what you know. It's a terabyte. So gigabyte, KB, MB, GB as well as TB, that is the terabytes. It comprises of, you can say, 1024 gigabytes. So therefore the answer for this question is D, which is nothing but 1024, that is the gigabytes, is the correct answer for this question. So then 15th question, in a programming language, the flowchart decision node is shown as. So in a programming language, you all know that there is a flowchart, and if you are making some decision, so which of these symbol is used? So whether you use oval or a diamond or a parallelogram or a triangle. So if you are making a decision, you can easily say diamond is used to make a decision in the flowchart. So therefore you can say the option B, that is the diamond. A diamond is the correct answer for this question. So 16th question, which programming construct is used to repeat a block of code when the number of iterations is shown in advance? So when you know the number of iterations to be performed, you can easily say you cannot use if or for loop. So for loop is that you are going to use a for loop if you do not know the number of iterations to be performed, and switch case, that is for alternate with cases you are going to use, and if is used with else, and then remaining is while. So if that is the programming construct, if you repeat is nothing but the loops, that is while loop as well as for loops. Repeat a block of code when the number of iterations is shown in advance. So if you already know the number of iterations to be performed, you can easily say you're going to use the while loop. So therefore the correct answer for this is B, that is the while loop. So then 17th question, if you want to connect your computer to the internet from another location, which program you can use? So which of the following you are going to use? See, HTML, it is you cannot use HTML if you are going to connect your computer to the internet from another location. Then you are going to not use CMD or ping. So remaining option is Telnet. So Telnet is used to connect your computer to the internet from another location. So you can say the option A is the correct answer for this code, that is the Telnet. So Telnet is the correct answer for this question. So next one is the 18th question. Which of the following is the correct variable declaration to store a 3x3 matrix of BMI measurements of 9 patients? So this is the example, like if you want to store the variables like 22, 28.2, 23, 26.5 and many. So which is the correct variable declaration you are going to use? So 3x3 cross matrix means that's a two-dimensional array declaration. It should come to your picture whenever you read this question. So int BMI of 3, 3. So 3 cross 3 matrix, so 3, 3. But here we have integers as well as the floating point integers. So you can say you cannot use long. It will be simply you are going to waste your memory space. Then after that the float BMI of 3 is to 3 and float BMI of 3, 3. So this is the wrong syntax of the option D. This is the wrong syntax of two-dimensional array. So you can say since it is a combination of int and float, integers are present, you're going to use the float as a variable declaration. So float followed by BMI, then 3:3, that is the two-dimensional array. So option C is the correct answer, or you can say correct declaration for the sentence. So for the question, so you can say option C is the correct answer for this question. So next one is the 19th question. Which of the following is not a valid data type in a C programming language? So the options are short data type, byte, int, as well as char. So C programming language also has various data types. So C can have int data types, it can have short data types, and then there are again the different data types with respect to short. So again there is char data type as well as float data types, but there is no byte data type in case of C programming language, but there is a byte data type in Java. So but C programming language doesn't have byte data type, so you can say the option B, byte, is the correct answer for this question. So then the 20th question, a set of tools and libraries that are used to create applications in a specific programming language is known as. So tools and libraries, SDK, software development kit. So this is not, it's a development kit which is, so software development, it's a platform which is used to run the programs. And next thing is the framework, compiler. So compiler is used to run the code, and setup. So these are not the correct answer. So the remaining is framework. So framework, it's a set of tools and libraries where you're going to create the applications. Here see, SDK, it contains tools and libraries, but here you cannot use SDK to create applications. You need certain frameworks for creating applications. So certain programming language use various frameworks. You can say Java. So Java uses various frameworks like Spring, Hibernate, everything. So read the question carefully, like set of tools and libraries that are used to create. So when you read set of tools and libraries, you directly go and mark SDK. But there is a continuation like to create applications. So you can say frameworks are used to create applications with tools and libraries. So you can say the option B is the correct answer for this question. So option B, that is the framework, is the correct answer. So then the 21st question, what is the piece of a software which is required to make a peripheral device work with a computer? So when you come across peripheral device, you will easily come across device drivers. So device drivers are the peripheral devices. So once you come to know that the device drivers, then no need to check for other options. So there is no firmware, plugin, operating system. So operating system. So here they have told the piece of software which is required to make a peripheral device to work with computer. You can easily make out that the answer is the device drivers. So device drivers is the correct answer for this question. So next one is the 22nd question. Which SQL command is used to change the structure of a database table? So the first one is the update, and then second thing is modify, and third one is alter, and fourth one is delete. So delete, it is used to delete the entire table. So then there is no modify. You can say update as well as alter. So update, it just changes the rows and columns, but here they are told which is used to change the structure of a database table. So you can say alter is the correct answer for this code. That is the option C, that is the alter is the correct answer for this question. So then 23rd question, which is the example of an IDE, that is the integrated development environment. So there is a integrated. So by saying, you can say Java, it's a programming language, SDK, it's a software development kit. So you cannot say all options. So remaining is Eclipse, so which is an integrated development environment which allows you to run the programs. So you can say Eclipse. So the answer for this question is Eclipse. So Eclipse is an integrated development environment. So next one is the 24th question. A valid group of letters, comma, symbols and numbers being used to represent the value one or more variables is known as. So here there is a group of letters. We also have symbols. Class cannot be this because class it's not a group of letters or symbols. Expression is one which includes operators, operands. It forms an expression. And object is an entity and which describes the class, but here they have told it's a valid group of letters, symbols and numbers. So when you eliminate all these three options, you will get an exact answer. So just whenever there is a options, first try to eliminate the options, then you will get the correct answer. So option C, that is a statement. You can say it's a group of letters, symbols or numbers and which represents one or more variables. So answer for this question is, that is the option C, that is statement. So statement is the correct answer for this question. So then the last question, that is the 25th question. What status code is returned by a website when the browser request is successful? Option A is 400, option B is 300, then after that option C is 200 and option D is 500. So there is no 500 or 300, so you can say 400. Like page not found error, you will get 400 as the status code and the remaining is 200. So what is the status code which is written by a website when a browser request is successful? So whenever you have observed many times, like whenever you open any of the website, then you can say if the request is successful, you will get 200 like such. So the status code for this is, you can say option C, that is the 200. So the answer is option C, that is 200. In this video, we have discussed the 25 questions, that is the repeated questions that was asked in Tech Mahindra. And in the next video, we shall discuss around 45 coding questions that are important for Tech Mahindra, and those are the repeated questions that are usually asked in Tech Mahindra. So thank you friends for watching, and do subscribe our channel for more updates.